Alright, we have won the die roll. And we have a great hand. Perfect. So obviously it would be great to have a turn 1 discard spell or lightning bolt. But I'll still be pretty happy to play a early Tarmogoyf and if he gets bolted, it gets bolted. Turn 2 Tarmogoyf, turn 3. Oh, so we're against, I believe this is Ad Nauseam. So if that's the case, there might actually be a marginal amount of value in playing the Scavenging Ooze first. No, I'm sure we'll get like another creature type into the graveyard off of our Liliana. He's got to cast like a Serum Visions or something. Oh wow, holy cow. Well, we are in for a ride. I've heard about this deck. Actually, hold on. I haven't even heard about this deck. I just remember browsing through MTG Salvations, their like web forum of deck lists, and seeing this. This is pretty absurd. So all of these are cantripping because of what Puresteel Paladin does. Pretty sweet card. Definitely, a forgotten about card. He's got to do something pretty fancy though, if he wants to like really do anything. So I'm gonna Liliana him. This is the end of the turn. Could be bad for him. If he was against like Affinity though, like what would Affinity even do? So I wonder if he's just got like another Puresteel Paladin in the bank. But Liliana's gonna be pretty good here. And our Goyf gets to push for 3. That was impressive though, I will say that. That was pretty cool. Didn't seem like it really amounted to much, but it was cool. And I really have no idea like what else this deck can do other than play a Puresteel Paladin and put a bunch of equipment on it. Wow. And well, he's definitely doing something. Postmortem Lunge, for those of you who are unfamiliar, is a pretty sweet card. So you can whack my Liliana. He's got all 4 Spider Silk Nets out. 4 of a kind. Wow, this is one for the ages. I'm so happy that I've got this. This is a deck that I have to imagine most people just have not seen. It is quite bizarre. So you can potentially tap that for mana and then move this over to this for 0 mana to get another mana out of it. Which is kind of cool. I wonder if he has like a Spell Pierce or something. Oh, he has Retract in his deck? Jeez. So you can just tap his Puresteel Paladin for a blue, bounce all of these to his hand, and then replay them all if he wanted. Which is pretty cool. Opponent still has 6 cards in hand. kind of insane. So I think I will choose to use the more... Man, it would be such a blowout if he did have a Spell Pierce. I almost want to go on the MTG Salvation forums and look. I have to imagine that if he has a counter spell, he would have drawn enough cards to potentially see it. I really don't know what's going on, so I'm going to play it safe and just Abrupt Decay this thing. Although, obviously, it would be a bit more efficient to... No, I guess this is actually still fine. But it would be a little nicer to like play the sorcery speed removal spell and save the instant speed one. But this also just gets more pressure onto the board, so that's good too. Well, Postmortem Large doesn't exile? Oh, it does exile. How come he has 2 Puresteel Paladins in his graveyard then? Oh, he Thought Scoured one. That's why. Or he must have. I feel like... Yeah. The last Thought Scour, he exiled, or milled a Paradise Mantle and the Puresteel Paladin. So that makes sense. So the good news is I can potentially kill him on my turn. The bad news is he's got like 6 cards and I have no idea what his deck can do. So... Again, not a card that I expected to see. Yeah, you know the old Puresteel Paladin, Jace Vryn's Prodigy deck? You know. God, this is why I love playing Magic Online, though. You just get to see all kinds of crazy stuff. I have to imagine if he passes here, that just means he's dead. This plays around Spell Pierce. I wonder why he didn't equip more. Oh, he didn't have Metalcraft to do it with the Puresteel Paladin, that's why. Well, that's pretty fun. I have to imagine that the discard is reasonable. Grim Lavamancer seems pretty good. It's gonna be my Tarmogoyfs that come out. Kolaghan's Command seems great. So, need to trim some stuff. Matchup seems a little slow for Olivia and Pia, but if I'm going to be playing the 4 Dark Confidants, I want like a certain amount of life gain in my deck. But I am definitely on the kill everything plan, that's for sure. Definitely view what we're up against as a combo deck. So I'm going to take out Pia and Kiran and Olivia and just bring in the other Thoughtseize. And I think that's basically all we're going to do. Casting Ancient Grudge on all that equipment when he's just playing it as a cantrip is certainly a bad proposition. But seems like there'd be scenarios where he would just play it anyway. Like if I tag like a Mox or something that's like pretty good. It just seems like he has a lot of artifacts in his deck, so... The Ancient Grudges aren't actually that exciting. I don't need the 2 Ancient Grudges. I'll just have these 2. All that toughness, though. I'll just have 2 Tarmogoyfs. And that'll be it. Alright. Sometimes against these combo-y decks where I don't have as much interaction as I would like, I bring in Fulminator Mages, but this doesn't seem like a deck where I'd really want to do that against. This is a great hand, by the way. Just stunning. The perfect hand to have against a combo deck. Well, if he wants to... Oh, wow. I guess he wins with Grape Shot. That is unreal. Wow. I would not have expected that. I can at least see how he just retracts a bunch of his artifacts and then plays them all out again and does a big Great Shot. So that makes sense. I think what I'm going to do, though, is just take this Postmortem Lunge. I think that's the card that's really an enabler. Not actually that worried about the other stuff. Might be able to get like a small amount of value out of his Grape Shot, but I think if I take the Postmortem Lunge, he's going to have a hard time getting his engine going, and this Liliana can do a lot of work. Ugh. Don't really like seeing that. Do like seeing that. He doesn't have that many creatures in his deck. Granted, he's going to be able to see a lot of cards next turn because he's got the Thought Scour and I didn't write down the cards that I saw. Yeah, he does have a Thought Scour. So it's pretty tempting to play this Grim Lavamancer, but I think I'd rather just play the Dark Confidant. It'll just give me more options. Also, you know, he's just going to be able to flip his Jace with the Thought Scour anyway, so it's not like I'm going to play play the Grim Lavamancer and kill his Jace next turn. If he wants to plus on my Dark Confidant, you know, that's fine. And if he minuses, then I can start attacking his Jace. So here, I think I'm just going to play my Liliana and a Swamp. Discard my other Swamp. And even though he can just, you know, cast spells out of his graveyard, there's still plenty of value in making him discard. And so next turn I'll be getting a green source with my Bloodstained Mire. I wonder if he has Past in Flames in this deck. I didn't realize that this was like a Storm deck. I remember seeing it on like the MTG Salvation forums like years ago, and you know, taking one look and being like, "LOL." I was able to do some stuff. Potentially attack my Liliana, which is kind of cool. It's pretty sweet too that he can set himself up to discard the Puresteel Paladins and then post-mortem lunge them to essentially get haste. So I could probably discard the other Dark Confidant. Because this turn I'm going to play Huntmaster, and next turn I'll play Grim Lavamancer and like whatever else. Yeah. Doesn't seem like he has any removal, so. And this way I can start applying some pressure to his Jace, as well as you know, potentially having a reusable source of damage, or like, you know, pinging things down. Seems pretty unlikely that this is going to flip because he did nothing on his turn, but we'll see. I often imagine there are some decks that have a pretty hard time with just a really fat Puresteel Paladin. Like, once it gets up to like 8 toughness, it's like pretty hard to deal with. Like, you can't just attack with a 4/5 Tarmogoyf and bolt it. But unfortunately, it's just doomed. I have Liliana the Veil. Liliana's too good. Oh, that is good. So I might as well just start with the Thoughtseize just to see what's going on. Just get both of those. And essentially this guy's just going to have nothing left. We just get to play all of our stuff. And attack it down to 4. I think it's worth it to just bolt it, because it denies him the ability to flashback Serum Visions. And that seems pretty valuable. And now there's a, yeah. GG, we did it! Woo!